All right, I think we are live here. Awesome. Hey, everybody. My name is Rob Zara. Man, I'm getting an echo here. My name is Rob Zara. This is the Enhanced Training Academy, and we're also live in Groove Nation today, so that is absolutely awesome. Like I said, my name is Rob Zara. We are going to be doing full training today on how to get started in drop shipping. It's actually going to be a full-on how to create your actual drop shipping store. That seems to be one of the things. There's two things that go along with drop shipping, right? The first thing is figuring out what products to sell, and then actually creating the store to actually sell those products, and then actually getting people to that store. So what we're going to go over today is actually how to set up a drop shipping store when you're this is starting directly from scratch here. So I want to welcome you guys this morning. If you guys are joining me live, hit me with a hashtag live. If you're joining me on the replay, hit me with a hashtag replay. And let me know that I'm actually live here, because I'm not seeing, this is kind of strange. I'm just not seeing anything here. This video is now live. There we go. All right. I think we're good now. Sweet. All right, sweet. All right, good. We're all here. Awesome. All right. So if you guys are joining me live, hit me with the hashtag live. You're joining me on the replay, hit me with the replay. Let me know that you guys can hear me okay. And we will go ahead and get started here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen here in 1 second. Man, I've just been having a couple issues today, and it's always seems to be that way, right? So, okay, so let's get started here. So what we're going to actually do today, like I said, we're going to start a print-on-demand store using GrooveKart, and we're actually going to be using AliExpress. AliExpress is basically a huge drop shipping store, if you want to call it that. It allows you to basically purchase products and then ship them off to people. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a store. We're going to find some products in AliExpress, and we're going to go ahead and create a store and actually do that whole thing. So that's what we're actually going to do today. So we're going to create a drop shipping store using GrooveKart and AliExpress. GrooveKart is part of GrooveFunnels. And we're actually going to create 3 products here. We're going to not create 3 products. We're going to look for 3 products on AliExpress, and we're going to go ahead and put them into our Groove store. And they're basically going to be, I was trying to think of a couple things that you guys may actually use or want to use. So we're actually going to use we're going to do a selfie stick, a light ring. That should be light ring, not light right. Sorry. And a green screen. 3 things that a lot of people actually use a lot. So I figured we'll go ahead and just do those for an example. So, all right, so let's kind of get through here. A couple things that you may also want to have in place is after you find your products, you can use the thumbnails that they have. You can go ahead and use other thumbnails. You also may need some thumbnails for some categories or things like that. There's going to be a couple things you'll see as we kind of go through this thing. Okay, so what are we going to actually need to set up for this thing? So the first thing we're going to need is a GrooveFunnels account. There's a link right here. Let me get this link right here. So the rebrandly./ETA free forever. You guys go ahead and sign up in there. It's a free account, totally free. Don't even ask for a credit card, but it's one of the things that we're going to need for here. The link is actually also up in the description. So if you need an account, go ahead and grab that. Like I said, absolutely free. So once you get that, we're going to need to actually create a store. We're going to create a GrooveKart store. And when you do that for the very first time, it could take up to 30 minutes to actually create. So what I've done here is I've actually have a couple screenshots so we can actually walk through and I can show you kind of what it does. And the next thing we're going to need is our AliExpress account. We'll go ahead and get that signed up as well. So the first thing I'll do is let me go ahead and show you this screen right here. So this is our GrooveKart screen. So once you actually log into Groove, right? Let me actually get back in here. You kind of look, it looks like this is the main screen right here. So we're going to go ahead and click on apps, and we're going to click on GrooveKart. All right. And what we're going to do is we're just going to click on create new store, and that will go ahead and create the new store. And actually I have a couple, like I said, I have a couple screenshots here. Sorry, let me just grab them real quick. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like. You basically go ahead and you click on add new store. The first thing it's going to do is ask you to enter a subdomain. So your store is going to be called whatever.groovekart.com. Now you can completely customize that later. That's not a problem at all. So first thing they want to do is actually make sure that the subdomain is actually available. So you go ahead and enter a subdomain and click check availability. If it's available, right, what's kind of cool is that it'll tell you, there'll be a green thing up here that basically says the domain is available, which is good. And as soon as it is, you click on Create Store, and it's going to go ahead and put it into what's called a queue. So you can see this one was queue number 27 when I actually did this. So the main difference here on the screen between the free account and the paid account, or the full version, is your full version is you can create one new store every 7 days. On the back end of, for the free version, you get one store every 30 days. So just kind of something to be aware of right there. Because you don't get, it's not like an unlimited thing where you get, or it is an unlimited thing, but you can only build one new store every some number of days. But the kind of cool thing is that you can put, obviously, whatever you want into your store. So just kind of something to be aware of right there. So then once that actually gets built, you'll see the confirmation up in the corner here saying that it's starting to go. And once it's actually created, you'll have your store right here. All right, that's kind of the way it creates. Very, very simple. So the very first thing that we're actually going to do here is we are going to go ahead and show you how to actually navigate in here. So once your store is actually created, we're going to go ahead and click on Back Office. And the Back Office is where you manage your entire store. Okay, so it'll give you some initial stats on your store if you don't have anything. If you click on products, it'll show you your products. Click on orders, it'll show you your orders. And then settings, apps, and the builder. The builder is what we actually use to build the look and feel of our store. So we'll get to that in a little while. Apps is something that we can talk about later too. It's things that you can actually, it allows you to do certain things within the store, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. And then settings right here. Settings is just some information about your store. You'd want to enter your store information. And we actually go over this. Yeah, we'll go over this a little bit later here. But so the first thing we're going to do is once you have your store created here, we're going to go into settings. Okay. And we're going to basically work right down this list right here. So the first thing is going to be store information. What you're going to want to do is upload a logo to your store, and then you can upload your favorite icon. And actually, one thing I did want to mention, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. Start them with a Q. And what I'll do is I will go ahead and hit the comments or hit any questions that you guys have certain times throughout this live here. So if you have any questions, go ahead and just drop a Q with your question. I'll make sure I get back to them. So, but anyway, so we have our store information. So we're going to go ahead and upload our main logo and then a logo for our favorite icon. We go ahead and just enter the rest of the information for your store all in here. If you want to do a contact page, a contact us page, you will have to get a Google CAPTCHA thing, which this actually walks through. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Payment gateways are something that you'll need to set up as well. So payment gateways, this allows you actually to take payment for whatever it is that you're selling. The free version, the free account only allows two. It allows GroovePay and PayPal. So if you do have a free account, I know that the GroovePay is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like 4.5% plus a transaction fee. But you can also use PayPal. For the full version, you can actually use Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net. You could use a whole bunch of different gateways right here. I have the premium version, so I actually have a Stripe account and I have PayPal set up. These are standard integration ways, just like we do in regular Groove. You come in here, you click on your the icon right there, and then you go ahead and enter your API information. So it's pretty straightforward, very, very simple to do. Let this get back in here. So you can see I have PayPal and Stripe kind of set up for my payment gateways. Okay. Domain here. Domain is where you would go and create your or you would tie your custom domain to this. So this is going to be another training I'm going to be doing later in the week. Is basically going to be, we'll have a custom domain and we'll go ahead and hook it right into our GrooveKart. And we'll go through how to do that. We're not going to do that today. It's just not really part of this training today. Shipping. So let this come up here. So there's some information you could add in here for shipping. You could add additional shipping fees. Let this come up here. Man, this thing is just slow today. You can add additional shipping fees. You can add different shipping methods. So you could actually go up here. You create your shipping method and you go ahead and put it in here. And I'll show you a way to kind of not worry about the shipping stuff here in a little while. Taxes. You're gonna, if you're in the U.S., you're gonna need to charge sales tax. Overseas, I'm not really sure. So you just come in here, enable the taxes, and automatically calculate the taxes. This is what I'm doing. It's just easier. If you have a big store, if you are selling a lot of product, I would probably recommend TaxJar. It takes care of a whole bunch of stuff for you, and then just basically put your address and stuff right in here. So in GroovePay, can you do a subscription? It's a good question. I'm not sure. You won't be. It's not something you would do through GrooveKart. That would actually be something on GrooveSell. But yes, actually, I'm 99% sure you could do subscriptions using GroovePay. But again, that's outside of GrooveKart. That's not something that you'd actually offer within GrooveKart. So. International, this is just some stuff you'll have to set up here for different currencies and zones and countries. I'm just leaving it for the US for right now. I'm not even touching this page. But this is more just about how stuff will kind of look and feel, the date format, the date and time format, the language codes and stuff like that. Staff accounts are just accounts if you have staff that's going to be helping you. Mail templates are, I'll let this come up here and I can show you. So when things happen throughout your store, right? Certain things, there's certain emails going to get kicked off. So when they actually place an order, they'll go ahead and get a tracking, or they'll get the payment confirmation or the order confirmation. When they actually pay, they'll get payment confirmation. So you can actually come through here and you can go ahead and customize all the emails that you would want to do right in here. And that's kind of where all this stuff kind of happens. Pixel feeds and embed codes. This is where you would create your Facebook pixel ID. This is where you would drop all the code in here for that. Facebook tracking, product feeds, whatever you want to do in there. Email marketing, you can go ahead and integrate a couple of your email stuff in here if you want to do that. I honestly have not played with that stuff at all in here, so I'm not sure exactly how it works yet. So just being straight up with you guys. So, but that's the main thing you want to set up for your store. You just kind of want to go through here. This is going to be just this kind of the basic stuff. So that's really the very first thing we want to do. Now that we actually have that part set up, again, we haven't designed anything at all to do with the store. What we're going to do now is actually get our products. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to products, and we're going to click on POD, which is print on demand, and drop shipping. And what we're going to do is here's everything that you can actually integrate with right now as far as drop shipping stuff, right? You can use Layer App, which is actually a really cool print on demand service. GK, or this is probably GrooveKart Ali Connect. So this is AliExpress. This allows us to talk to our AliExpress account, and I'll show you that in a minute. Tscape, just a couple print on demand. Slingly's a print on demand. Dropified is another drop shipping app. GrooveKart Marketplace. So there's products right within Groove that you can actually sell. Printful is a print on demand, and Pure and Well is like a supplement type thing. So what we're gonna actually do, we're gonna go into our Ali Connect, because this is what's gonna talk to our AliExpress account, right? So granted, we haven't even set that up yet, so don't even worry about it. But right now, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and click on Learn More. And to start with, this little slider here is actually going to be off, so we're going to slide that to on. And when you do that, you're going to see this little cog wheel pop up right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. And it's going to come in here. It's going to have some information here. So here are our credentials right here. So we're going to need this here in a minute. This is what's going to allow us to talk to AliExpress. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do on this screen is we're going to click on Install Chrome Extension. Right, it's going to bring us over to the Chrome store. It's going to say AliExpress GrooveKart Importer. We're just going to go click on Add to Chrome. Click Add Extension, and it's going to go ahead and do its thing, and then it's going to be actually installed in here. All right, so once that's actually installed, we're going to go back. Then at that point, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to AliExpress. Let me nuke all this stuff right here. Okay. Going to go to AliExpress, and we're going to go ahead and sign up for an account. Nothing special here, just sign up for an account, right? You'll be able to figure that part out. Go into account, go ahead and create it, all good. If you use this link up here, actually, you'll probably get up to, it's giving out coupon codes right now, so you probably get up to a $25 coupon code if you use that. If you use our link right here, so go ahead and do that. grab that link right there and go ahead and create your account. So once you actually create your account in here, what you're going to see is you're going to see your Chrome extension will automatically activate, right? And you're going to see click to set up Ali Connect. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and click on that, and you're going to see the information in here is going to be this information right here, right, from the URL Chrome extension. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and copy this information, copy that, copy the username, copy the token, come over here, paste, right, and then hit submit. Okay, and what that does, that actually connects our GrooveKart to Ali Connect, all right? So far, that all makes sense? Hang on a minute here. Let me do that. Okay, if that all makes sense, just give me a thumbs up. Drop me some hearts. Let me know you guys are live. All making sense so far. Okay. All right, good. So what we actually need to do now is find our products, right? And this is actually kind of the fun part. So like I said, we're going to actually add 3 products here. We're going to add a ring light. We're going to add a green screen. I'm going to add a selfie stick, right? So let's look for the selfie stick first. Selfie stick. And you can see right here, basically, here are some of the filters that we have right here. Because I'm in the US, I'm really just trying to simplify this. So I'm just going to look for US shippers right now. So we're going to click on here, and I'm going to say US. And the other thing is too is for me, I'm just going to look for free shipping to see if there's anybody that has free shipping. Okay, so there's a bunch here. Let's just see some that you can see in here, like how many items have been sold, the ranking of those items. So let's actually try to find something that's halfway decent here. This one actually does not look too bad. So let's go ahead and we'll click on that. And we are going to go ahead and say, now we're going to go ahead and pare down our information. And you can see up in the corner, it said add products to GrooveKart. So right now, if I click this, it'll basically take everything that's just as is, and it'll go ahead and import that right into our GrooveKart. But we're not going to do that just yet, because what I actually want to do is pare this down, because I want to see how much things are actually going to cost. Right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on United States. And then which one of these do I want here? Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to actually pare this down just to one product here. So we'll go ahead and select, we have a black one and we have a white one. So we can actually use both of these. And actually, so they're both 1864. And it looks like on the 23rd, they're actually going to be 1242. So that's kind of cool. So anyways, but right now they're 1864. That's what we're going to pay for them. So we have a black one, we have a white one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure they both ship from the US. And because we selected free shipping, right, it's going to be a USPS. That's the estimated delivery date. So we know for everyone that we're going to have to pay $18.64, and that's going to include shipping, right? So what's nice about that is on the GrooveKart side, I don't have to worry about dealing with shipping now, because, or I have to deal with shipping prices, because of the fact that we know that that's the price including the shipping. So based upon that, we can make the price whatever we want in our store. Okay, so that all makes sense. So once we have our product, this is really kind of the cool part. We just click Add Product to GrooveKart, right? And it's going to go ahead and say, okay, what do I want to actually import? And it's going to say, here's all the information. So here is the wireless selfie stick. The price is, I know the price is $18.64. And that's the price that's actually going to be imported. We'll go ahead and change that in GrooveKart once we actually get going here. So the values, these are the shipping values. I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these. All I want to show is just US. And then black and white. And we'll go ahead and keep both of those. And we'll go ahead and hit submit. All right, give that a second. All right, so cool. So product saved. Okay, so the next thing we're actually going to look for is, actually, I think I already added. Let me just check real quick. I think I already added a ring light in here yesterday. I did. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to add a ring light because I've already done that. But it's the exact same process. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a green screen now. So we'll come back to this screen right here. Okay. So let's look for a green screen. All right. Again, I am going to go ahead and do free shipping, and I am going to select from US, and let's see what we got here. Hey, we got a whole green bodysuit. That's kind of cool. We're going to go with this dude, actually 4.2. No, I actually want to have something that's decent. 5 stars, 20 sold, 20 sold. It's actually going to be a lot. Let's see here. I'm trying to find something. 4.2. I don't like that 4.2 rating. All right, let's do this dude right here. This is going to be an expensive one, but I think it's because of it's one of those. Hang on a minute. I'm actually going to find a decent green screen. Let's see what this one here is. This one is $60 and actually comes with a whole bunch of stuff. That's kind of cool. Let's just see customer reviews, 4.8. All right, this one actually doesn't look too bad. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and go with this one right here. So there's no color options or anything like that. It's all basically just, it's a green screen. So what we're going to do at this point is we are going to go ahead and keep the US right here. Free shipping and before December 18th. That's going to be a long shipping. But anyway, just for example, anyway, I would probably go through and actually find a different screen. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and use that one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click add product. And we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to nuke all this stuff right here. And what was the price on this? It was $59.55, right? Go ahead and hit submit and let this go ahead and do its thing. All right, cool. So product saved right there. Good. All right. So all we've done at this point now is we went ahead in AliExpress and we went ahead and grabbed the products that we actually want to bring into our cart. All right. Kind of makes sense. So at this point, we're pretty much done with the AliExpress side of things. We've grabbed our products, we brought them into GrooveFunnel. Okay. So back on the GrooveKart side of things, what we've done is those products are now, if you come here and click on products, you're going to see here are the 3 products that we have. The ring light, which I did earlier. And here's our selfie stick. And here's our green screen right here. Okay. So you can see one is already in my store. And these other 2, I'm going to actually add to my store. So we're going to go click on add. And it's going to go ahead and do its thing here. It'll take a couple of seconds. So just hang on a minute. So you see creating product and completed. All right, cool. So give this a second. This whole thing should refresh. All right, now we'll do the same for this one right here. All right, so let this go. You can see it's importing. It's creating the product. And it's completed. Okay, so once that's completed, give it a second. This whole page again will refresh. Okay, cool. So now you can see here are the products that I have from AliExpress. All right, I have these 3 products. Now, because of the fact that I'm going to kind of go on back here for 1 second. All the products that you pull from each individual store will be in each individual spot right here. Right, so I can go into Printful. I can see all my products that I have in Printful. I can click on Ali Connect. I can see the products I have in Ali Connect. Each one of these things are going to look very similar. You'll click on Learn More. You click on the little cogwheel there, and then in Products, you'll have your products. And this is where you kind of either add them or actually remove them from your store. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. These are the where you pull the products from. That's where you manage them. Once you have them in your store, this products button on the left-hand side, this handles all of your products now. So this product is all the products that are in your store. So that's kind of one thing to just to kind of realize. So when we click on products, what you're going to see is you'll see the list. So here are the products that we've added. These 3 I know came from AliExpress because we just added them. These are from my Printful from last week. So not a big deal. We can go ahead and keep them in here. So once you have your products, what you're going to want to do at this point is we're not worried about the design part. We're not worried about the look and feel of the store just yet. We still need to do some setup stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is actually create categories. And for these right here, again, these were from last week. So I have a hoodie, a t-shirt, and a mug category. These right here, I just have them in a miscellaneous category. So what we'll do is we're actually going to go ahead and create another category, and we will call it, we hit click on category, and we'll go ahead and click on create new category. And what we're actually going to call this is video, we'll just call it video accessories. Okay. Yes or no if it's displayed. You can actually have this be a parent category of another category. In this case, we're just going to have the home because that's kind of our main category. You can actually have a category image if you want. Otherwise, it'll create a default one for you. But if you have a thumbnail, this is a perfect spot to upload it. And then you would go ahead and give it, obviously, the description, a title description, and then a friendly URL. You can change this, obviously, to whatever you want. But in this case, we're just going to leave it as video accessories. Okay. So once we have that, we're going to go ahead and click on Save. Okay. And you can see here's our new category right here. Now, the other thing is too, if you're doing this for the very first time, the store is preloaded with some default products. Okay. So what you would do is you'd come in here to products, and you would actually just click on the ones that you don't want and just go to actions and then delete. So when you the very first time you come in here, there's going to probably be about 10 or 15 products already preloaded in here. Unless you want to sell them. If you don't want to sell them, just go ahead and just delete them. And the way you do that, you just go into products and just delete them. I forgot that as a step because I already removed them. So what we're going to do is, okay, so we have our categories created. Sorry, I just got off track there for 1 second. So we have our categories created, and we created this one called video accessories. You can come over here to actions, and you can do whatever you want. You can either edit it or you can remove it. Kind of very simple, and you can actually change the position of them. You can change them around whichever order you want here. Okay. So what we do now is we come back into products and we figure out what category to put our products in. So you can see right now, the default category that they came into was home. And I actually want to put these into the video accessories category. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on these three. I'm going to click on actions, and then I'm going to click on change category. Okay, and for those three, I'm going to put them in the video accessory category. So I'm going to go ahead and click those two boxes, click on save, and give this a second. And there we go. So you can see right now, we got those three products got put into the video accessories category. Now, there's a default page layout. And again, we'll talk about this, and I'll show you these in a little while here. But there's several different page layouts that we can use. And the page layout is actually what displays when you actually see this product on the store. So, and I'll just show you just a quick example here. So if we go into, actually, I don't have this set up here yet. So that's my bad. All right, I'll come back to this in a minute. Sorry, that's just a little confusing here. I just wanted to show you what the actual different page layouts are, but actually we'll do that in the design part. So we're not worried about them right now. And same thing with the upsell layout. We can change the default layouts of those as well. Again, this will make sense in about 2 minutes here. So what we've done now is we went ahead and added our products into GrooveKart. And now what we actually want to do is we want to go ahead and define some more information for these particular products, especially the price. Okay. So this first one right here, 59, we knew that the price was $59.55 is what we were paying. So we're going to go in here and click on edit. And now this will give me all the information for our green screen. All right. So here's a product name as it comes in. You can assign it different categories right here. You can go ahead and give it a description. So you can see it pulls in a lot of this information. So So what I can do is I can actually just grab this right here. I'm just going to drop this into there. The SEO part, obviously, you can go ahead and give it descriptions. You can go ahead and update your open graph markup stuff. This is the stuff when you paste the link or paste something about it, it'll show this thumbnail. If you do something like in Facebook and paste the link, it'll show up in, this is the thumbnail that it'll show up in, right? So you can obviously change all that stuff here with the uploaded image. Title and description, you would change, that would basically change all the stuff here as well. So you can go through and go ahead and change all that. Advanced settings is just if you're dealing with some shipping stuff, you can go ahead and set your width, height, and dimension stuff of it right here. Okay, so once you do that, we're going to click on save. We're going to go into images and videos, and you can see it imported in some of these images already. You can go ahead and select whichever one you want as the cover. You would just basically click it, click on cover image, and then click on save, and it'll make that one a new cover image. You can see that right here. So I'm going to go back to this one here, select that as cover image, and click save. Okay, so that's product image. You can add any videos you want in there as well. Now the product and variance, or the pricing and variance, this is where you define your product cost and stuff. So what we want to do here is we want to come into variance, and this will show you what all the prices and stuff are. Okay, so this top stuff here is just giving you information. The bottom stuff right here is where the actual prices and stuff are. So here's our variant right here. I'm not sure why it's showing. I'm not sure why it's showing that. That's just, the weird thing is it's just going to import whatever data it imports, right? So you kind of have to look at some of these things and figure out where they're going to live or where they display on the store. And then we're going to go ahead and change some of that stuff so it fits. So right now I'm just going to leave everything alone. The big thing here is I'm going to do is change the selling price. So we're going to go ahead and compare this at 59. We'll just say 59.55 because that's what we're actually paying for it. And we're actually going to sell this. Actually, what was the compare price of this one? $85.07. So we can say $85.07, and we will sell this for say $69.99. All right, so I'll make $10 on it. Actually, yep. So once we have that, we can go ahead and click on save. And you can do bulk edits as well. If you do like a shirt or other things that have a whole bunch of different variants in here, you can come right down to here and you can update all of them at once. So it kind of makes it easy. You can come over here to quantity discounts. If you want to offer discounts, if people order more than one, this is where you would obviously set all that stuff up. So once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and click on save. Then we're going to move over to settings, and this is where the product page layout comes into play. And remember, I talked about that earlier. So right now, there are 5 default page layouts that were offered. We could obviously go in and make more. We can do that in the builder. But for right now, these are the 5 that they have, and we're just going to use one of these. Default page layout 5 is actually kind of a cool one. But you can see this one right here. I'll show you these in the actual builder in a minute. But this one here has like an order bump option. This one's just laid out a little bit differently. Like I said, I'm a fan of this layout 5. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, and that'll go ahead and keep that default or make the default one page 5. We're going to go click on save on there. And then the one-click upsell. So what's kind of cool about this is I can have certain products actually have a one-click upsell to them. So for example, if I was doing something like the ring light, right? Or if I was doing the green screen in this case, what I may want to do is offer the ring light as a one-click upsell. So the layout for that would basically be whichever one of these you want to choose. Again, once we get into the design part, this may make a little bit more sense. But that's where you would select what your page actually looks like. Same thing with the bump products. You can go ahead and offer a bump element. You can create a bundle if you want. So we can basically combine a couple products together. And I'm not really going to go into a lot of these things just because of time today. This is more about just kind of how to get this thing up and running from nothing, right? So you can actually do an instant checkout on the upsell. So if somebody does take an upsell, they don't have to put their credit card in again. You just click it and they go ahead and purchase it. And then reviews. This is where people can go ahead and on your store submit reviews. As they do that, they'll start showing up in here. And then here you can actually either approve them or decline them. And what's kind of nice is as you do that, it'll go ahead and show on your store. And you could also import some directly from AliExpress. All right, you can, excuse me, you can come right in here, select whatever information you want from the reviews and go ahead and do import, and it'll actually import them in. Okay. And then we'll come over to the finish right here. And at the very end, this is kind of just a couple other final actions here. So where do you want the product to show? You can actually have it show up only on Facebook, only on a search. I'm just going to put everywhere for right now. I haven't really checked out what those other options do. So I'm just going to leave it for everywhere. Buy button embed code. So what's actually really kind of cool is I can actually create a button right here. And when I click on generate code, like I can do this, buy now. And see, we'll make the button that color and show the product name. And we hit generate code, right? What it'll actually would do, it will generate this little piece of code for me. And I can drop this absolutely anywhere. So people can basically do a buy now from wherever. So if I do a Facebook post, actually not really a Facebook post, I can probably do that some other way, but I can do a Facebook post, talk about this thing, send them directly to a different page or whatever. Or if I'm talking about this in a blog post, say, I can go ahead and embed this code right there. They can go ahead and click buy now and buy it right from there versus having to send them directly to my store and then somewhere else. This way I can go buy it right now, which is actually kind of cool. And then the checkout embed code, what I can do is I could actually do the same thing. I could create a checkout form and I can go ahead and embed that on a different page or something if I want. Again, if it's something like a blog post, I can go ahead and embed that right in there, which is kind of cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and save that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing now to our other products. So that was the first product. We're going to go ahead and click on change product up here. We are going to go ahead and do the selfie stick. All right, so let that come up. And which selfie stick did we end up doing? I think it was this one right here, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so. All right, so it's like 25 bucks. Oops, where we go here? All right, so we're on a selfie stick. Yep, selfie stick. Okay, so exact same thing, right? We're going to go here, go out through our descriptions. Here's all the information that it has, which is kind of cool. So that's the full body description. I'm actually just going to take, we're just going to take this right here. Again, this is just a test. I'm not really worried about it. The SEO, obviously, this is all the same information we talked about before, and then in advanced settings here. So we're going to click on save. Images and videos, you can see all the stuff that it imported automatically, which is cool. So we'll go ahead and use that. Pricing and variance, again, I'm going to come down in here, and you can see I have two of them right in here. We're going to say go ahead and compare this at $29.99, and this will be $24.99. $9.99, $24.99. Okay. We will go ahead and click on save. And we'll go to our next setting right here, which is setting. Again, here's our product template. We're going to go ahead and select product template 5. I'm going to leave the rest of these alone. I'm not worried about them for right now. We'll go click on save. The review. Okay, same thing. We could go ahead and import our reviews if we want to. And then we'll come over to the finish line here. All right. Again, same information right there. We're going to go ahead and click on save. Okay. All right. So that actually saved at that point. So very cool. All right. So at this point, right, all we've done at this point is we've created our store. We've selected our product on AliExpress. We've imported them into our GrooveKart, and we went ahead and defined all our pricing and variance for those products. Okay. So we basically have everything we need to do now to actually create our store. Now, the one thing to kind of understand is that GrooveKart is really just a template builder, right? You design a template, and then it pulls in automatically those products from your stores and displays them in a templatized form. So that's really, so what we're going to do now, that's the design part of it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here, and we are going to go ahead and click on exit. And we'll be taken back to our main screen right here. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on, hang on one second here. We're going to go ahead and click on Builder. All right. And the Builder is what actually creates the look and feel of our store. If you want to see what a let me do this real quick. I'm going to pull up a default store. So this is what the store looks like as default, right? So it basically has this is basically what your homepage looks like, right? It has all the stuff on here. Again, these are the demo products that actually come in. So the very first time you use your store, right, this is what it's going to look like. There's no products or anything in here. Actually, I take it back. The only products that are in here are those demo products. So this is a store I created the other day on another account I have, just so you guys can see what it actually looks like. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come into the actual builder, and we're going to go ahead and build out our actual store. Okay. So when you come in here, the very first thing we're going to do is on the builder is you can come into settings, and a couple things that we're going to want to do here. First is a Facebook checkbox. And again, I'm not sure what this does. I believe this is so you can actually do a checkout on Facebook. I'm not 100% sure, so I haven't even messed around with this one yet. But the other part of settings is checkout. And we'll actually go through all of these sections right here. So the very first thing here is add to cart click action, right? And there's a couple options here. You can redirect to a checkout page, you can do a fly out cart, or you can do a pop out cart. And what those mean is if I come into my store and if I click on checkout, right, it'll actually go to a checkout page, right? Kind of something like that. You can also do a couple other options over here. You can have a fly out cart or you can have a pop out cart. I've just left this one kind of defaulted to redirect the checkout page. The checkout page mode is either one page or multi-page. So you can see here, if I go and check out, right? It's basically just a one-page thing right here. I can go ahead and put my credit card information there. I could put my shipping information, everything on one page. I can go ahead and select that to multi-page, right? And I'm not sure how long it's going to take to actually show up over here. Oh, actually instant. That's perfect. So you can see now there's a multi-page right here, right? First thing I do is enter my shipping information. And then I can change that button, obviously. So let this go to the second page. And now it's going to ask for my payment information. And this is where I would put my my payment information. So that's the difference between the 1 and 2 step checkouts, right? Field options. These are the different options. These are the different fields that we actually collect during the checkout. So we have our phone number. You can actually have the phone number required. You can have the visibility of a coupon field if you want. And then customer account options, you can actually have some things checked by default. Customer account creation, which basically means you can have them create an account automatically. They'll get subscribed to your newsletter, and then above below continue button position. Not really sure what that one is. It has something to do obviously with the continue button and the location. So we'll kind of mess around with that and see what that shows up later. Default country on the drop down, we're gonna just select United States. Starting order number, you can start this with whatever you want. We'll just choose one for right now. And then the thank you page URL, you can go ahead and put a URL in here for the thank you page, or you can just use the default one that it shows here. Okay, so that's pretty much the settings you have for your store. So does anybody have any questions right now? Are we good? Everybody good? Give me a thumbs up, throw me some hearts. Let me know that everything kind of makes sense. And we'll keep moving on here. Okay. Okay, cool. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come into pages. And the first thing we're going to see here is you're going to see that there's 2 tabs here, navigation and pages. Okay, navigation is this navigation bar up on top. So you can see it says home, t-shirt, hoodies, mugs, miscellaneous. And you can see it's the exact same thing here. Home, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, miscellaneous. Now I can go ahead and change this up to whatever I want. We did have video accessories in there, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We're actually going to make that list under miscellaneous. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and remove this menu item. And we're going to go ahead and create another one here. So we're going to click on plus. It'll show new menu item right here. We're going to click on the 3 dots. We're going to click on edit menu. And now we're going to give it some information here. So here's the actual label. This will be video accessories. And obviously we can name that whatever we want. And then a link type right here is I can do a custom link, which would basically be a custom URL, which I could send it somewhere. I can link to a specific product, I can link to a specific category, or I can link to a specific page or a pop-up. In this case, we're actually going to list to a category. So I'm going to click on category, click on the plus sign right here, and I'm going to click on video accessories. Okay. And once I do that, I'm going to click on the check mark. And you can see right here, it showed up in my header part right there. Okay. So this is this here will create your navigation bar, which shows up on the top right there of every store. So if that kind of makes sense, all right, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that makes sense. So the navigation right here, you basically can create this whichever way you want. A very easy way to do it is just break these up by categories. So then as people come in here, they click a category and it'll show the products in there. Okay. So now pages is where we actually define the look and feel of our entire store. Okay. So the very first thing we're going to start with is we'll start with the home page. Now, if you click on home page and you click on here, you're going to notice that as I move around, there's a couple things in here that says click to edit layout. So I can have an actual header on the very top, which will be shown on every one of these pages here. All right. So if I go into category page, you can see it's up there. If I go to product page, you can see it's up there. So if I go to any one of these pages, those things will be there. So there's a header up here and there's a footer on the bottom. All right. So what we'll do is on the home page, I want to show all this stuff, and these little sliders on or off basically will determine if it shows on the page or not. So what you can do, these are global modifications too for the header and footer. So I can come in here, I can click on edit layout, and I can edit this however I want. Welcome to Groove Nation. I can obviously do anything else I want in here. That's all I'm going to keep on there for right now. And then on the here, once we do that, we click on save. And we'll click back on home page. And then we can come back into this middle section here. And there's a couple of different designs that they give you automatically, right? You can do default, groove zone, and you can actually go through some of these. So if you click on default and click OK, you can see that'll change the layout there, right? You come back in here, click on groove zone. That'll change the layout again, right? So you can have a search. It gives the icon up there, the navigation on the bottom. So I'm going to click on dropship just because I kind of like the look of that. So the Groove Nation icon came from our store in the settings where we uploaded that. And there's not really a way to design any of this. There's just the layouts right here. And I don't believe right now there's a way to add a custom type layout. So these are the ones that we have. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and use dropship. If you use a slider right here and take that off, it basically means that it will not show on this page, right? So here are our pages. So if I click that off, it's not going to show on our home page. You'll see on a category, it will because it's turned on. Okay, so I'll click back, make that on there. So this should kind of look kind of simple right here. Kind of simple. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this. So what I would advise is I would go ahead and remove everything on your home page right here, right? So the very first time you come into the builder, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see this Apple. You're going to see all this stuff right here. So I would come in here and I just remove everything and get it so it's back to the basic, right? So you have your header and then your footer right here. And the same thing in the footer, you can click on here, you can come in here and navigate it, or come in here and edit this any way you want. It's not going to affect this. This is just a placeholder. I'm not really sure what that's for. But you can go ahead and modify all these things right in here. Okay. So we'll click back on the home page and whoops. Hang on a minute. Don't save. What did that show up there for? Okay. All right. So this is my home page right now. I'm actually going to remove this and get this back down to nothing. Okay. So once you remove everything, here's the basics of our store, right? It's basically nothing right now. And if I save this, if I go to my store, all right, it should show nothing, which is exactly what it does. Okay. So what I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to drop an element in here. So if I click on elements, there's a couple of different things we can do. We can select rows, text, media. So you can do whatever you want to create your homepage, right? It's exactly like the builder it is. It's just like the builder on Groove pages, right? Exact same thing. You can go ahead and create your builder. You can create your homepage and make it look however you want. It does have some kind of cool things that you can do with this though. So under product and categories, there's two things we can do. We can use a categories list or a products list, and we actually could display stuff right on this page. So in this case, we're going to use a categories list. I'm just going to go ahead and drop it right in here. And you can see it says, please select category. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And it's going to show me a whole bunch of stuff here. There's a whole bunch of stuff I can change the look and feel of it. But if I click on settings, this is where I can select my categories. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the category. We're going to click down here, and we are actually going to do t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, actually we'll do video accessories too. I didn't give an icon for that one right there. So if we do that, what it'll show, and if I go ahead and save this, right, what it'll show on our page, it will basically be all of our categories. Okay, and I can show you if we do this. Hopefully it'll show really quick. Okay, good. So it shows all of our categories right here. I can also I can go ahead and remove this again. Let's go ahead and remove that. I can also do a products list, right? I can go drop a products list there, and it's going to say, what products do you want? I can come here. Same thing. This will change the look and feel of it. If I click on settings, I can go ahead and select my products. My products, I'm just going to select by category. And I'm going to say I want the t-shirts, the hood, the mugs, and the video accessories. Okay. So then it's going to come in here and it's going to list all the products, and it's going to say which products you actually want to show. I want to show this one. I want to show the ring light and the groove mug. And actually, if I add multiples, it'll actually wrap down to the next page. Okay. So what I actually want to do is actually going to uncheck a couple of these. I'm going to do these in order here. I'm not sure what order they actually put them in, but here we go. Okay. All right, good. So we're going to basically leave it like that. So I'm going to put everything on my page, because that's really, I'm not worried about the look and feel right now. I'm more worried about just functionality. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we click on save. Okay. And if we come over to our store, you can see now that we have all of our products listed. Okay. Now, one thing to realize here is that if we go into pages and we click on pages and we click on categories page, okay, you can see the layout here. If I click on one of these categories, this is the layout that will show for that category, right? I can come in here, I can go ahead and click on this, I can click on settings, and I can click a couple different designs. There's not a whole bunch of modifications we can do here, with the exception of some of the colors. But you can see in the drop down, there's 6 different designs here. Okay, I can go design 1, which you can see as I hover over it, certain things will have, like the sail will turn blue, and that's really it for that one. If I go to design 2, there's a big sail bubble here, and as I go over all these, you can see they actually kind of blow up a little bit. I kind of like that design. 3 kind of shows, I'm not really sure what this one does. Doesn't really do anything, just kind of lists it with a regular sail button. Design 4 kind of gives it this little rollover right here, which is kind of cool. And design 5 kind of shows it a little bit more, right? A little bit more in your face. Let's see what 6 looks like. 6 kind of just shows that. I'm a fan of 2, right? So what we can do is we can go ahead and save that. And again, you can see what exactly this page is. This is the category page. So if we come back to our store here, if we click on refresh, these are my categories up here. If you remember, if I go ahead and click on them, what it'll do now, it'll take this template that we just defined for categories, and I'll go ahead and use it anytime it shows categories. So you can see as we hover over this, right, that shows big. If I go into hoodies, right, there's 2 different ones in here, right? So it goes on these 2. So I can go on that one. I can click on it. It will go to the page. If I go to video accessories, you can see we have 3 of them in here. Okay. So this category, the category display is basically what this page looks like. Okay. So now as we click down into these products, it'll then show the product page. So for example, this green screen, we're going to go ahead and click on product, and here's the whole product page for that. Now I can come in here to product page, right? And you can see it has several of them listed out here already for us. These are basically just different product layouts. So you can see here's the first one, the product layout with a bump. It basically has a product information here, and you can actually have an order bump put right in here, which is kind of cool. And you can have it timed down for a couple seconds. We can go to layout 2, which is another layout. If you remember, what I did in here is, I'm just going to show you guys real quick. We're going to come back here. We're going to go into products, into my products. and we talked about this before, you can see the page layout right here, page default layout 5. All right, that's this one right here. That's what these are coming from. So whatever page layout is right here, I define it right here. I define it in the builder, and then on the actual product page, it displays it. Okay, so if I come back in the products over here, and I look at page layout 4, right? This one actually has a checkout button or a checkout form built right into it. Product layout 3. Let's see what this one looks like. Product layout 3 has a variance over here with an add to cart. And again, these are just the t-shirt right here is just a default. It's just a placeholder really. So that's kind of what this one looks like. So if we go ahead and say product layout 3, that's what we want for this product. I can come over here. I could say for my green screen, right? I'm going to change the product layout. And for this one, I want product layout 3. So we'll go ahead and click on save. All right, let that save there. And if I come back in here and refresh this now, this should change. Yep. So you can see now this one has the pictures down here on the bottom. Description all right down in here. Again, you can make this obviously look a lot prettier. And then you can right here, you can click on add to cart, and now go ahead and add it to cart. Okay, so that's what the pages does. That's what the pages feature does right here. The shopping cart, again, this is what your shopping cart will actually look like. On the checkout form, this is what the checkout form will look like. So you can go in here. You can obviously change out the different background colors right here. You can change all the text. You pretty much have control over a lot of this stuff. It is an order page, and if you look on here, it's a checkout form. So you can't really modify like the layout of what this thing looks like. What you can do is modify the colors and look and feel as far as the text and stuff. So to do that, you would basically click on the item here or the element right here, and then go into the style and change all that stuff right there. So that's kind of how you set up that page. The upsell page, again, there's a couple different defaults here. When you define your product, you can actually define an upsell page if you want to offer a product to actually do an upsell on. So there's a couple different ways to do that in here. I'm not going to touch on the upsells in here right now just because we don't really have time. This is more of just a get up and running type thing. All right, so let me back up one here. And then you have your thank you page. This is just, you can obviously change this out to whatever you want. Maintenance mode, if you decide to do modifications to your cart and you don't want the world to see any of the changes, or while you're doing live, you don't want anybody to be able to purchase anything, what you can actually do is just switch your thing to maintenance mode, and you can switch your store to maintenance mode, and this is the screen that would display, right? So you can obviously want to change this up to something a little more fitting to your particular store. Here's your privacy policy, terms and conditions, and refund and return refund policies. Okay, so these are the pages that actually define what your store actually looks like. And once you have that, really at that point, you're ready to go. So like I said, this is a very basic store that we created here. But what we can do is we come in here, the selfie stick looks kind of cool. Obviously we change that out because the price there says $9.99 and we don't want to show that. But what you can do, you come in here, you can see your different variants, right? You can see the white one, you can see the black one, this will change. You can add your quantity, and then just go ahead and do add to cart. Right. And once we do that, it will come on. Sorry, I got a couple things running right now, and I know my internet is slow. All right, so it comes right from there, right into the checkout, right into my checkout thing. And the reason why I went right to the checkout was because in the settings, we had the checkout, say redirect the checkout page. So I can actually do a fly out cart where it will put it into the top corner right here. Or it'll kind of show it in this little slide out thing right here. So you can do a couple different things. That particular one, I had it, once they put it into the cart, it will automatically go to the checkout page. So I would come into the checkout page and I can go ahead and check out and essentially process the order. Okay, what would actually happen at this point is that the order would come into your GrooveKart store. Okay, so once you get a notification that you have an order, you would essentially come back into Groove. Oops, I'm sorry. You come back into GrooveKart. And you come into your back office. And you'd be able to see any orders that you have going on right here. You can click on orders. You can see my orders. And you can see the actual orders that were already here, right? You can go ahead and click on the eyeball button there, and that'll show you the information about it. But you still need to get that information over to the actual processor, right? In this case, over to AliExpress. So what you would end up doing is you come into your print on demand and drop shipping. You'd go into AliExpress, into this dashboard here, and you click on orders. And what you would actually see here is you would see the order that you just placed. And then all you do here is you go ahead and click it, and you push it over to over to AliExpress. Because we don't have an actual order in here, I can't show that. I'm gonna probably figure out how to create a test order and actually show that for you guys later. But what you can do at this point is this pushes the information over to AliExpress. They will go ahead and charge you and go ahead and ship that information out, or ship that product out. And at that point, right, you're kind of done, right? I mean, it's really that simple to just kind of set everything up. So that was really a walkthrough. Look, it's 11:01, so it took us an hour and 1 minute. So we essentially set up a drop shipping store in an hour. Pretty good, right? So now we can actually take orders. We can do whatever we want. So if you guys want to check out our store, I don't expect you guys to buy anything, but if you want to check it out, that would definitely be cool. You can go to thegroovenation.groovekart.com, and let me see if I can actually put it in here at a banner real quick. There you go. So you guys want to actually check out the cart, you can go ahead and check out the groovekart.com. That'll go ahead and you can actually just look at it, poke around there, check it out. It is live, obviously. I did order myself a mug from there the other day, just because I really want a Groove Nation mug, and they're really kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to actually getting that thing. So, but that's really what I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions at all, drop them in the comments. I will go ahead and go through them a little bit later and make sure that there aren't any other comments that kind of come in. But I did want to say hi to you guys. Hey, Kathy, thank you much for watching. I appreciate it. Karen Nickel, awesome. Great to see you. Eric, thank you for hanging out with me today. Donna, you as well. You guys also that are watching us right now, check out our, we have a whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you're not part of our Groove Nation group, get into the group. There's a link in the description. If you want to see what we have coming up, if you want more trainings like this, we actually have a really cool thing that we're going to be kicking off soon called the Enhanced Training Academy. This is a project that Kathy and I have been working on. We are going to be launching this in, I think, about 3.5 weeks, which is really cool. We're really excited about it. If you want to get on the waiting list for it to find out a little bit more information, go to enhancedtrainingacademy.com. Go ahead and sign up there, and that'd be cool. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys taking the time and hanging with me today. I tried to keep this to just about an hour, which is exactly what we did. So you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to walk you through anything that I can. And other than that, if you're watching us on YouTube, hey, make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow our channel here, and we're doing pretty well at it. So appreciate you guys' time, and we will see you guys next week on Tech Talk Thursday. All right, take care. Bye for now.